Devaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, wanted to seek the blessings of Radha Madhav, Radha Shamsundar, Krishna, Balaram, Bahal Gopal, the Singdev, Bhagavan, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Gaunita, Tulsimani, Haridas Thakur, Guru Parampara, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembly devotees. So, we're continuing with Canto 7. Yesterday, chapter 8, we read about Lord Nrsimhadev slaying Hiranyakashipu. And this chapter, chapter 9, is entitled Prahlad Pacifies Lord Nrsimhadev with prayers. All the demigods, including Lakshmiji, could not go before the Lord, who was so angry. So they were standing long distance away from Lord Nrsimhadev, because even after slaying the demon, he was very furious. He was seated, but he was angry. The reason he was angry was that he he uh, he wanted to understand how no one came to the protection of his young devotee Prahlad. Prahlad was harassed. He had no one, absolutely no one, right? His father was against him, soldiers were against him, mother didn't support him. There was no one to help this young boy who had such great faith in the Lord. But there was no one who came to protect him either. Lord Nrsimhadev Hiranyakashipu would try to torture the boy. Of course, the Lord's protection was with the boy, otherwise he would have been harmed. But Nrsimhadev was angry because no one made the effort to protect his devotee. So he was furious, even after slaying the demon. So Lord Brahma was situated at the head of the devatas, as he was with Lakshmi Devi, he was with Lord Shiva. And Lord Brahma said to Lakshmi Devi, he's your husband. Go and pacify him. Like Shivadaya says, she's never seen such a astonishing form before. He may be my husband, but I've never seen him this angry. The Lord has unlimited eternal forms in Vaikuntha, and Lakshmi has certainly seen Nrsimhadev in some previous kalpa. The impression of not having previously seen or heard about this form is inspired by Leela Shakti, or the Lord's pastime potency, in order to make everyone taste Adbhut Rasa, the mood of astonishment. The Lord's anger could not be appeased, even by Brahma or Shiva. They would not approach him. They could not approach him. So Lord Brahma is very intelligent, of course. He requested Prahlad. He came because of you. You go and pacify him. Thus Lord Brahma pushed Prahlad forward to meet and pacify his Lord. Although Prahlad Maharaj was only a little boy, he accepted Lord Brahma's words. He was fearless, fearless. That's why he's the gold standard. He's the best amongst the best. He gradually proceeded towards the Lord. When Lord Nrsimhadev saw the small boy, Prahlad, offering obeisances at his feet, he melted with affection and he took him on his lap. Lord Nrsimhadev placed his hand on Prahlad's head, and Prahlad felt ecstatic transformations in his body. By the touch of Lord Nrsimhadev's hand on Prahlad Maharaj's head, Prahlad was completely freed of all material contaminations and desires, as if he had been thoroughly cleansed. So this is the impact the Lord has. Not just on the devotees, even on the demons. He has the same impact. He's neutral. So when he lays his hand on the demon like Hiranyakashipu, he also becomes completely purified. Therefore, he at once became transcendently situated. His heart filled with love and his eyes with tears. He then fixed his mind and offered prayers to the Lord. This is the young boy. And he captured the heart of Nrsimhadev. And they're the devatas. He embraces him. Prahlad offers garland. Prahlad, born in a demoniac family, cannot understand how he could possibly pray to the Lord after all the demigods who are all exalted devotees have failed. A Vaishnava who is fully qualified to serve the Lord still thinks himself extremely low while offering prayers. One should not be falsely proud of his devotee qualifications. Unless one is meek and humble, progress in spiritual life is very difficult. So this is a very important instruction. This need to always be in this humble mood, respectful mood, is very important. It doesn't mean that devotees are weak. They're very, very strong. Prahlad is extremely strong. But he's humble at the same time. That humility attracts the Lord very much. And the reason why it attracts the Lord, because the Lord himself is humble. He is the creator. He's the origin of everything. He possesses everything. He's worshipable by everyone. Yet, he's humble. And he proves his humility, especially that when he comes as Krishna. When he came as Krishna, he acted as a chariot driver of Arjuna, a mere servant. Yet he is the master of everyone. So he appreciates, when he sees humility in a devotee, the Lord appreciates that very much. Yet Prahlad feels confident because the Lord does not see anyone's material qualifications, such as wealth, aristocratic family, beauty, austerity, education, sensory expertise, luster, influence, physical strength, diligence, intelligence, mystic power. This is the beauty of the Lord. We may have nothing, and actually we don't have anything, because everything actually belongs to the Lord anyway. So we are in this destitute situation, and that's an advantage for us, because in this destitute situation we can actually earnestly and sincerely pray to the Lord. My dear Lord, look at me. My position is nothing. You are the greatest. Please bestow your mercy upon me. Allow me to remember you. Allow me to have the company of your devotees. He will remember that prayer. He will appreciate that prayer. The Lord is simply satisfied with devotional service. Even a dog-eater devotee is higher than a non-devotee Brahmin. Gajendra the elephant was able to please the Lord. It's a really interesting example, which we'll talk about in a later canto. The 12 Brahminical qualities are as follows: knowledge, truth, mind control, sense control, hearing, detachment, shyness, tolerance, non-envy, sacrifice, charity, peacefulness. So these are very nice qualities. And one who is a devotee who's earnestly trying to please the Lord will automatically cultivate. He doesn't have to do anything out of the ordinary. These will automatically manifest in the devotee. The Lord will ensure that the devotee is, especially if he's sincere, he will have all of these qualities and many, many more. If a Brahmin has all 12 Brahminical qualities, but is averse to the lotus feet of the lotus-naveled Lord, he is certainly lower than a devotee who is a dog-eater. Hearing Prahlad say that one who dedicates everything to the Lord is great, it may be questioned that is the Lord self-centered? Is he self-centered? Has he got a big ego that he has to be worshipped? No, not at all. He doesn't need our worship. He doesn't need anything. He's self-satisfied. He's Atma Rama. He's self-satisfied. But we have to somehow satisfy him, worship him, make him the center of our life. The example of the zeros, we may have so many things in this world, but they're all zero unless we add the Supreme Lord to our life. Put that one before the zeros, then the zeros have value. So Prahlad explains that the Lord is always glorious, whether devotee glorifies him or not. But if a devotee engages in glorifying the Lord, the devotee automatically becomes also glorious. Prahlad's confusion has gone, since the Lord is pleased by bhakti and not by good birth, etc., and since respecting him is beneficial for all. Prahlad decides to praise the Lord's glories without consideration of his material position, such as low birth. So he was born in a family of demons. So naturally, he's considered a demon, a sura. But actually, he is a devotee, the pure devotee, greatest of the devotees. Prahlad prays as follows: the demigods are your devotees, and your pastimes are performed for the protection and prosperity of the universe. Such pastimes are certainly not meant to create a fearful situation for the devotee. But nonetheless, the devotees, being simple and faithful, were afraid of the fierce incarnation. Therefore, Prahlad requested the Lord to give up his anger. This is the compassionate nature of the devotee. He's more compassionate than the Lord. Prahlad could have laughed at the demigods. You're scared of my Lord. Be a little bit puffed up, but he wasn't. He said, he prayed to the Lord, please, my dear Lord, please give up this anger. So the devotees, the demigods are not fearful of you. They should love you. They shouldn't fear you. Prahlad prayed that now everyone is happy due to the death of his father. Therefore the Lord should give up his anger. Prahlad is unafraid of this fierce form of the Lord, yet he is afraid of bad association in this material world. He prays, when will you call me to your lotus feet? So the Lord may ask, why serve my lotus feet, my feet? You can enjoy your father's wealth. So Prahlad says that in the material existence, there are pleasing and displeasing circumstances. There are many material remedies in this world for suffering, but more often the remedies are more miserable than the miseries of this world. Interesting. Interesting. Therefore, Prahlad prays to be engaged in devotional service, in the association of devotees, with devotees, because this is the only permanent remedy to counteract material miseries. A father and mother cannot protect their child, like we saw in the example of Chitraketu. A doctor and medicine can't relieve a patient. Right? If that was the case, then nobody would die. A boat on an ocean cannot protect a drowning man. Therefore, one should fully depend on the causeless mercy of the Lord. He's our only shelter. Without him, what shelter do we possess? There's nothing in this world which can protect us. That is for sure. Since all beings and everything are but an energy of the Lord, no one can be free from entanglement unless he takes shelter of the Lord's lotus feet. In this world, the Lord's representation is time. Prahlad says that he is being crushed by the wheel of time, so he begs shelter of the Lord's lotus feet. Time is so strong that even the demigods lost their kingdom simply by the movement of his father, Hiranyakashipu's eyebrows. And yet Prahlad's powerful father was finished within a moment. So this time factor, we have to be so wary of this time factor. This time just takes away our opportunity to serve the Lord if we're not engaged. So the Lord may ask Prahlad, what do you want? Therefore, Prahlad prays to reject material pleasures and desire only to be a servant of the pure devotee. Das nu das nu das. So the Lord may ask, everyone desires enjoyment and power. Why are you rejecting it? In this world, everyone wants happiness, which is like a mirage in the desert. Doesn't really exist. In this world, no such thing as happiness. Everything ends in misery, unfortunately. Prahlad experienced the greatest happiness when the Lord placed his hand upon his head, his own head. Although the Lord is impartial, he gives benedictions according to the level of one's service. His impartiality is that anyone can serve regardless of material position. So this is the thing about the Lord. No one is excluded from serving him, not even an animal. Anybody and everybody can serve him. This is where he's totally impartial. If you're born in a low family, it doesn't matter to the Lord. You are his. This is how he is impartial. And he favors the devotees. Does that make him partial? No, because anybody can become a devotee. So he cannot be impartial. He cannot be partial. Prahlad begs for service to his spiritual master Narad Muni, who saved him from falling into material existence. He appreciates how the Lord fulfilled the words of his devotee both in saving himself and in killing Hiranyakashipu. So Prahlad's always grateful to his spiritual master, Narad Muni. Narad Muni is one of the greatest personalities. The Lord existed before creation, during maintenance, and after destruction of this cosmic manifestation. This cosmos is simply the Lord's energy. After annihilation, the Lord appears to sleep in Yoga Nidra. When he awakens, from his navel sprouts a seed which grows into the lotus flower of this universe. Lord Brahma is born from that lotus. He searches for the source of existence. Then he performs austerities for hundreds of years. After his austerities, Brahma achieved the success of seeing the beautiful form of the Lord. The Lord's form are transcendental, untinged by material qualities. So we have to understand this. The Lord has no materialism within him. Any form he takes, it's completely spiritual. It will never be destroyed. It's eternal. Full of Satchit Ananda Vigraha. Sat, eternal. Chit, knowledge. Ananda, happiness. Vigraha, personal form. He appears as Hayagriva, with the head of a horse, delivering the Vedas to Brahma. He appears in various incarnations as a human, an animal, great saint, demigod, fish, tortoise. The Lord is known as Yuga, appearing 3 yugas, because in Kali Yuga he comes as a covered incarnation, Chaitanya. Prahlad then explains the position of the conditioned souls who are bound by materialistic mind and senses, which are like that of a person who has many wives, all trying to attract him in their own way. For example, the tongue is attracted to palatable dishes, the genitals to sex with attractive woman or man, the sense of touch to contact with soft things, the belly, although filled, still wants to eat more. This is a very practical example given by Prahlad. We eat, we're full, and we still want to eat. The ear, not attempting to hear about the Lord, is generally attracted to cinema songs. The sense of smell is attracted to yet another sight. The restless eyes are attracted to the scenes of sense gratification, and the active senses are attracted elsewhere. Prahlad begs mercy for everyone. There are 2 classes of Vaishnavas: Bhajanandi, who worship the Lord for their own benefit, or Gosyanandis, who try to elevate all others to Krishna consciousness. So we're in the line of Gosyanandis. We try to spread spiritual knowledge, Vedic knowledge. Many sages go to the Himalayas or the forest, avoiding association with the mass of people, only thinking of their own salvation. But Prahlad does not want to go back to Godhead alone without bringing everyone else with him. See, this is the glory. This is the glory of Prahlad. At one point, he actually makes the Lord cry because of his request. And I think we'll come to that a little later. There are 10 prescribed methods on the path to liberation. Silence is one, different vows, Vedic knowledge, austerities, scriptural study, varnashram dharma, understanding scriptures, living alone. Living alone doesn't necessarily mean in the forest. You can live in a city with hundreds and thousands, millions of people around you, but you're not contaminated by anyone's association, bad association. Japa, chanting, mantras, trance. These different methods for liberation are generally only a professional practice and means of livelihood for those who have not conquered their senses. So some people, they do this and they earn money from it. It's their living, it's their profession, but they're not really so dedicated to the Lord. Because such persons are falsely proud, these procedures may not be successful. Devotees see the Lord present everywhere in the elements of his creation. Since everything is his energy, therefore they use everything in the service of the Lord and render 6 kinds of devotional service unto the Lord. So what do the devotees do? Offer prayers. Every day, offer prayers. My dear Lord. Can be very simple prayer, but offer a prayer. And the most important prayer are, let me always remember you in the association of devotees. When we have association of devotees, then it's automatic. Automatically we can remember the Lord. Dedicating all the results of activities, whatever we're doing, my dear Lord, it's because of you, it's for you. Worshipping him, doing arti every day, offering the lamp every single day without fail, working on his behalf. This is what Krishna says to Arjun. Have you understood what I have explained to you? After he spoke in the Battle of Kurukshetra. Have you understood? And Arjun said, yes, I have understood. I will do work on your behalf. So work on his behalf. Always remembering these lotus feet. It's very challenging in the age of Kali Yuga. Hearing about the Lord's glories. It's so nice to hear about the Lord's glories. We're very fortunate we have this Srimad Bhagavatam Puran. Lord Nrsimhadev was pacified by Prahlad's prayers and gave up his anger. He told Prahlad that one cannot appreciate or understand him without pleasing him. But one who has seen or pleased me, that's Nrsimhadev or Krishna, has nothing more for which to lament for his own satisfaction. He is the only person who can fulfill all desires of everyone. That's the Lord. And Prahlad can ask from him any benediction. So the Lord is saying to Prahlad, I have come for you. Ask me for something. Prahlad, however, did not want to take any material benediction. Wow, time has flown by and we've only done 1 chapter. But this is such an important chapter. All these chapters are so amazing. Every verse in this chapter, 55 verses in this chapter, they're all so amazing. Anyway, we'll stop there. We'll continue tomorrow. Anybody, any questions or any comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Naniman.
Yeah. The thing is, it was mentioned that Krishna is Triguna, Tridev?
Triyuga.
Triyuga. I was quite surprised. I didn't know that.
Yes.
But it's explained that in Kali Yuga, he himself came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes.
So,
and he's hidden. And because
yeah.
it's hidden, that's why. Yeah. That's why he's
Okay.
Mystery.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Mm. Yeah. That's very interesting. Yeah, that's right. He appears in all the yugas, but in Kali Yuga, he's hidden.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare,
Yes, Praveen?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I tried to come in the time. Anyway, I did miss some of it. The last, not last, but about just a couple of pages ago, you said about alone. You can do the, is it, no,
Yeah, living
alone. And you can still chant the thing. That means you are surrounded. You said you are surrounded with lot of people, but do you have to keep away from those people?
No, you can't. Right? Very hard, no? Very hard to because we're living in society, we're living in a city,
Yeah,
we are surrounded by people. But what
yeah,
it means is that we don't get affected by people's bad habits. So if somebody is our friend,
yeah.
we actually give them our good habits, our devotional practice, rather than being influenced by any bad habit they may have. That's what this means. So living alone means not being influenced by others' bad habits.
All right, I got it. My understanding was different. My understanding was that leave alone means that you just don't, you keep away from all those people and you be alone yourself and do your chanting.
It can mean that, yes, but it's not practical for us because
Like I can tell little bit in Gujarati, like
yeah, yeah,
આપણે બસ આપણે માણસોથી દૂર જ રહેવાનું અને આપણે એકલા રહીને પણ આપણે ભક્તિ કરી શકીએ.
yeah, that's a fact. But we live in a society where that's not practical or possible.
That's right, yes.
We can't just go off to the forest,
No. But even in the house, you
Ah,
can't keep the door closed. There is
correct,
somebody going to knock the house and will come in.
correct. So the idea is we don't get influenced by negative, negative vibrations,
Yes,
but we keep ourselves very strong.
very strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you.
And I want to mention you something else. When we do today prayers, one of my son's school friend passed away
Okay.
on the 6th May, and Deepak and my son, I think he was friend, but he was older than my son, 5 year older.
Okay.
So he was 51. I don't know what happened. My son sent me today the message, and
Okay.
he's really shocked. So when we just do prayer for that man. His
Yep.
name is Dharmendra.
Okay.
All right.
We will do that
Thank you.
now. Yeah, we will do
Yeah.
that. Very good.
Okay. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bhavan. Anybody else? Any questions, comments? Okay, so let's start. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Nrsimhadev Bhagwan ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai.